We are in the greatest technology that has ever been created. The combination of the human body and the soul is the most incredible, creative, powerful machine that exists. But we don't know that we're in it and we don't know how to use it. So at the moment, it's not particularly powerful. But here's the amazing thing. Once it's switched on, we're going to be able to create heaven on earth. But we have to learn how to use it first. We are basically on our learner's permit. We've been on it for thousands and thousands of years. We can only drive slow. We're in a really slow car. We have to have someone in the car with us. And that person is like the learner driver teacher who has their own pedals, and they're trying to use their pedals to control what we're doing. But we are still seeing the results of our creations in the outside world around us. Even though we're weak creators, we can see it all around us. It's there to give us feedback about how we're doing. So how does this technology work? Well, basically, if we start with God's idea, which was that God's idea is that the universe is going to create these creators that are just in the form of God so that they can create as well. There have kind of been like two parallel tracks going on. There has been the parallel track of the creation of form, which is what we've seen with the creation of the universe, of matter, of Gaia. This is where the idea of what form should look like has come from the creator, attracting all the atoms and molecules to it so that it can become form. So we've seen the elemental kingdom as the first, idea creation of form. And, no awareness whatsoever, with just the creator working through that form to create things like mountains and rivers and rocks and planets and all the things that we live on. Then we see the creation of the plant and animal kingdom. They have more input into the process and they are more, flexible, but they don't have any awareness. They operate purely through what we call instinct. So that's still God's creative force coming through them and them just acting according to that without any awareness of their choices at all. Then along comes the human. So in parallel to this creation of form, there's also been the creation of souls. A soul being an individual point of observation or awareness that, as part of God's ability to see everything, is just one focus point to be able to see something. And along with that ability to focus and be aware is also the ability to choose, or what we might call free will. So this is where the soul has the opportunity to experience based on their choice and actually input into the system so that they can become creators themselves. So what we have is the melding for the first time of the soul and the human body in form to create this powerful creative machine, technology. So the way that it's supposed to work, as far as I can tell from my insights, is that this point of awareness that we are is given thoughts, beliefs, and ideas and concepts from God. They're not ours. And then we get to choose them. We can choose one of two ways. We can choose what we might call the higher vibrational thoughts, which is that of peace and joy and beauty and love and compassion and acceptance and joy. And that's what we might call heaven. Or we can choose the negative, the lower vibrational thoughts and beliefs to focus on. And they're the things that we might call hell on earth. Judgment, attack, violence, fear, anger, all of those lower vibrational concepts. So we are being given the opportunity to choose between right thinking and wrong thinking. And because of this amazing technology that we are in, including form, is that we get to see the cause and effect of what we choose and what we focus on in the outside world. So the outside world is a feedback system to tell us and guide us as to whether we are choosing right thinking or not. So on top of this amazing ability to choose and then have the feedback from the outside world, is we also have this intermediary of the human heart, or the energetic heart, that can actually tell us with 100% accuracy whether we are choosing right thinking or wrong thinking. The ability to feel is this instant feedback as to what we should be focusing on. So not only do we have the feedback outside us, which is like a longer term feedback, but we also have the feedback from our heart. Does it feel heavy or light? Does it feel good or bad? To actually guide us and direct us into choosing right thinking. So what it means then to use this technology so that we can become stronger, because as we choose right thinking more and more, and we see that reflected around us in our lives, our creative gifts, our spiritual gifts become more powerful and become switched on, because we're now using them as part of the plan of evolution, of God's idea to become creative beings. They will not get switched on until we focus on right thinking. So if we continue to focus on wrong thinking, which we see in the world all around us now, the output of that, and we're not connected to our heart, so we're not realizing that we're actually doing it, we're kind of doing it automatically, is that our spiritual gifts and purpose they can't get switched on, because we will destroy the world. We'll destroy it quicker and quicker if we were powerful. So the thing here is that when we realize that that's what's happening, and we see suffering in our lives, we realize that the Creator doesn't want us to suffer. The Creator wants us to choose heaven on earth. We have that ability in every moment. Every moment we can choose that. So if we have any suffering in our life, it is simply because we are choosing thoughts of suffering. It's that simple. And they're going to get shown to us over and over and over again until we can see the feedback and we actually realize what we're doing. And I don't know if you've noticed, but everything's quickening. The feedback in the world around us is becoming so quick and so intense that we're able to see our wrong thinking reflected around us very quickly and very intensely. So we're now in a period where we're being asked and shown that we have to choose right thinking, otherwise we are going to destroy ourselves. So how to choose right thinking? First of all, you have to realize you are a creator. You are God. You are a piece of God, a finger of God. So we have to understand that, yes, we have that ability. And secondly, we have to realize that the only thing we have to do is choose and focus. So those thoughts, those ideas that come to us, all we have to do is choose. What are we going to focus on? And if we have been focusing constantly on negative thoughts, if we have such a busy mind filled with fear and anger, we have to find a way to be still. We have to find a way to quiet our mind so that we can actually allow the right thinking to come into our mind for us to choose it. We have to set an intent that we want to be right thinking. Everything starts with intent. So if we can set that intention that that's what we want to do, we want to change our mind to right thinking so we can create a peaceful life and a peaceful world. And then we have to choose. How do we choose? We have to listen to our heart. What feels light? What feels right? What makes my heart sing? What brings me joy? There are no rules about this or what it has to be. It's just simply choosing that vibration. And we have to find a way to turn off all the negative stuff. No more attack, no more attacking the self, no more attacking others, no more judgment, no more thinking you're a victim or thinking there's a perpetrator, no more reaction, no more fear, no more anger, no more shame, no more guilt. All of that wrong thinking, we have to find a way, in our own way, to switch that to right thinking and choose a different way of looking at it. And when we make that choice, we have to do it completely independently of what we see around us. We have to realize that the outside world is simply junk. It's simply leftover stuff that's been created from the current collective consciousness of wrong thinking. That's all it is. And we have to just say, draw a line in the sand and say, none of that is real. All that's real is that I am now focusing on right thinking, and I am going to slowly see that becoming the form around me. And we have to set that intention, and that's what we're going to do, and we have to make that decision. And we're not going to be able to do it perfectly, but we have to be able to just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it until it becomes as practice and as automatic as it is for us now to do wrong thinking. Because really, when you think about it, we're focusing all the time in every moment. We just don't realize that we have choice. So once we embrace that idea that we are creators and all we have to do is focus on right thinking, ignoring the outside world, we have to listen to our hearts, and we have to take responsibility for every choice that we make. We can't blame someone else. We can't say someone is doing something to us, or someone did something bad, or something is wrong, or we are wrong. We just have to find a way to find peace within ourselves, find love within ourselves, know that we are love, we are peace when we choose, and then we will see that ripple into the world around us, in the world of form, as more and more of us do this. And then guess what? We won't be on our learner's permit anymore. We won't have anyone in the car with us. We'll be able to drive faster and faster and faster. We'll be able to drive sports cars, and then we'll be able to drive Formula One cars, and then who knows, maybe we'll be driving cars that fly, and then maybe we'll be driving cars that can just move instantly from one point of where they are to another with just thinking about it. Because we'll have been applying right thinking, we'll be given the power to be actually to do that. And that is how we're going to create heaven on earth.